Now let's see. Now let's come to filter shelf. Now this is your filter shelf. If you see this drop down over here, you'll have this hide card. Hide card means if you hide this, you will not see this page over here. You'll simply unhide it. So if you want to bring it back, you have to just go to this table. Even I forget sometime. Just 1 second. Worksheet. Yeah. In worksheet, you will have this card. Select the cards over here, and it will be enabled. Show card. You want filter shelf. So go to this filter shelf, and it will be updated over here. Now I don't want this summary card for now. Let's caption also. I don't want. I will explain it later. Now, if you want to change it, you can bring it in the center. So you can change. If you don't want this page shelf, you can hide this one. It will be gone. Okay. But I won't suggest to hide it. Keep it as it is, because and you never know when you would require anything, right? So keep it as it is. However, we are not showing this to our client. We'll be showing our dashboard. So it doesn't make any sense. It's your call whether you want to hide it or not. So now let's check how we can use a field into our filter shelf. What happens, how it appears. So now let's say if I use a subcategory in this one. Now, if I can add it to the sheet like this. If you want to add, you can simply click on add and it will be added to your row shelf. But what I want is I want to see it as a filter. I want to add it as a filter. So what you need to do is either you can do show filter. It will add it in the filter, and also at the same time it will be applied. You will be able to see the filter over here. If you drag and drop it, you won't see the filter on the right hand side. Let's say you can see over here, you will get multiple options. You won't see the dialog box, and it will not appear on the right hand side. But if you click on show filter, it will automatically apply all, and you will see the filter on the right hand side. So it's better always to drag and drop it, so that you will have options to multiple select. So now let's say if I drag and drop it over here, you will find this page. Now in this page, you will have 4 options, how you want to apply this filter. You'll have general, wildcard, condition, and top. Most frequently used option is this select from the list. When is this option used? Like you want to use it manually. So you select this one and click on apply. If I click on apply, what will happen over here is, let me first add the category over here so that it will become easy. Now let's say if I put this category over here, you will find this page open, a pop-up. Now in this one, you can manually select. Let's say if you don't want this furniture, so you can uncheck the furniture and click on apply. Furniture is removed. It is filtered out. Now even also you can type the name and you can find FUR and enter. So like this, you can find the list. All depend upon type of data. Right now there are only 3 options, so I can simply manually select this one and I can do the filtration. You can select all in one click over here and select none to uncheck all. There is an exclude option. You can also select this exclude. What happens is, but I would suggest if you are using exclude, there should be some specific reason. Otherwise, don't use this. Why I'm saying this? Because users, normally there is an assumption. Not only users, everybody has an assumption, right? That if we select something, if we select any box, that gets selected, right? If you want to see some data, you need to you always select that, right? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Like if I select this, that means I want to see this value. If I select this, I want to see this value. Yes, but what will happen if you click on exclude? If you select this, it will get unchecked. It will not be included then. So it might happen that your user, they might not be aware when you're showing a filter, they might not aware that, okay, if I'm selecting this, it is not getting included, it is getting excluded. So that's why I'm saying that avoid using this exclude. It's better you use an include function. Okay. A very small difference is there. Now I'll give you an example, a scenario where when you can use this exclude. Let's say if you have a requirement and user says that I want to see data for only furniture and office supplies. Okay. And I don't want to see any other data. Let's say tomorrow your data gets updated and you get four more type of categories over here. Let's say, but what my users is saying that I'm least bothered. Let's say tomorrow even if it gets updated, thousands of categories, I'm only interested in furniture and office supplies. Understood? Then you will select this. You will use this include. If the user say that I don't want to see, earlier he was saying I want to see only this data, but now the user is saying I don't want to see technologies. I don't want a technologies data. Let's say tomorrow your data gets updated. I want to see those also. But in any scenario, I don't want to see this technology. Except this, I want to see all data. So what you will do, in that scenario, you will use this exclude. Now what happened is, this will always be selected. Tomorrow, let's say my data gets updated and there are four more categories. All those four categories will also be included. Only this technology will not be included. So this is a scenario where you will decide that whether you want to use include or exclude. Because let's say if you don't use this exclude at that time, so tomorrow if data gets updated, so if you select like this, so what will happen tomorrow? New data gets updated, so that might gets checked. So instead of that, you can use this exclude. So it depends upon your preference, how you want to show it. Because to do the same thing, as I said, you have multiple options. I can also, if I see, I want to use all value, so I can select all and click on apply. Instead of using this, I can use this option also, use all. What it will do, whatever is the data, it will simply select all values. Tomorrow, even your data gets updated, it will select all the values. Understood, guys? So it's better to select, mostly we use this option, select from the list, because it gives a freedom, a choice to the user that whatever you want, you can select the data from this. Nobody will bother you. I'm not forcing anything. Just whatever you want, you can select according to the requirement. Let's say I'll select this and I'll show filter. Now I'll give the user can select. Let's say you log in and you open it. You want to see details for office supplies. Select this one. You want to see value for all category. Select all. So it totally, I have given the user the freedom. Whatever you want, you can select. I'm not doing any filtration or anything. I'm giving you the freedom to select the options. Now, second option is custom value list. Custom values list, like if you want to filter something here, you have to type the name. So not very useful. Let's say if I type furniture, now if I click, you will see the furniture, click on apply. You can only see furniture. So instead of typing, again, this is not very frequently used option, because in this, what happens is if you are sharing this to your client should know the values, what values are inside. He won't be able to see. So you have to write the name, actually, few letters of it. So that's why it is not very frequently used. But again, I'm saying that every option depends upon the requirement documents. If your requirement document says that I want a filter where please allow user to type something, and related to that, whatever value is present, they can select from the list. So you will use this custom value list. So it depends. I'll show you how. See, this is right now, this filter is for, these options is for us. This is for us, for the developers. If you read these names, it is self-explanatory. Select from the list. That means it has given me a list. Now you select manually. Custom value list means you search. Use all is, it's blindly, it will apply all. So basically, use all. If I I don't know why to use this, because use all, if I select use all, using this option and not applying a filter is the same thing, right? Let's say if I use all, I can see edit and I say use all and click on apply. Okay, I'm getting this value. Even if I remove this filter, I'm getting the same value. Because if you don't apply any filter, Tableau will like anywhere, it will consider all the values. So filter is basically, if you are using all, then I don't find it applying on the filter. Why we do it? So that in case tomorrow somebody wants to change the filter type, selection type, you can always do that. So you can always change from use all to select value list. You can always go, like if this is selected, you can always go to select from list and do the unchecking. And again, this is as I said, this is for our use, for developers use, how you apply this filter. And there is a different way how you want to show these filter to the users, that I'll show you later. Right now, whatever I'm explaining, this is for your use. Okay, so because your client or other users who are using this, they are not aware of these functionalities, right? So if you expect user to go to top or condition and wildcard like this, that is not the right expectation to make, right? Because you are, you know Tableau, that's why you know how to use these functions, but others may not know this. So we have a different way of presentation of these filters that we will learn later. Understood? So right now this is for your use, how you want to see it. So for if it, so if I have to use it, I can use it in any way as per the requirement. If you think that I have to select all values, I'll select use all. If you want to select from the list, you can use it from here. Now the next option is wildcard. Now wildcard is, again, it's kind of search, but with a condition. It's a conditional based filter. We can say that match values if it contains, let's say I say if it contains furniture, FUR. You remember group, while creating groups also we have this option, right? Starts with, ends with, exactly match. So what contain will do, if your field, if that particular field category, if it has furniture, if it is in the word, if there is this 3-letter, then it will apply. Let's instead of this category, let's use this in, let's use subcategory. I'll use this subcategory over here. And now you see, I go to wildcard, and if I say contains and I say AB, if there is AB in the field, then only show me that value. So I have only tables and labels that has AB, 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 right? Now let's say if I say those values which has S in it, apply. So I have all these lists which has an S alphabet in it. Let's say I say RS and I click on apply. So I have these values which has RS. So this is how you can use it. You can give multiple conditions. Like if it starts with RS, I'll say add. None of the fields starts with RS. Let's say ends with RS. So I have these values exactly match. In this, you have to write the exact letter. So let's say if I type RS, no, there is no field like that. Let's say I type CHAIRS, chairs, or I type chair, I'll not get this because I have to write the exact match. Now, if I type S and if I click on apply, I can see chairs. Okay, guys, understood? Any doubt in this? Now, let's say if I have this empty, I don't type anything, right? And I click on apply, I can see all values, right? Now, let's say if I don't write anything, over here, then ideally if I don't select anything, it should not show me anything, right? It should be blank. But I have selected this, include all values when empty. It says that if this bar is empty, then show all values. If I uncheck this, and now if I click apply, I'll not be able to see any value. So keep it checked. Okay. Now the next option is condition. Not very frequently used. It's like always keep it none only. If you have any condition, let's say I want to see the value or let's say category or subcategory, whatever you want, which has greater sales than, let's say, now I don't want the what is the minimum sales and maximum. You can use that. You can use this option for your help. If you click on load, it will show you what is the minimum sales and what is the maximum sales in this data. So I can see the minimum sales is 7766. Now let's say I want to see whatever values, I want to know the subcategory or the category who is making sales greater than 10,000. I type 10,000 over here and click on apply. So I can see that it has, let's say, these are the values which are making sales greater than 10,000 because I've written this minimum. I can see. So however, all the values are greater than. Now let's say if I type, for example, is greater than or equal to. So now let's say if I type 15,000, 1,50,000. Can you see? You can see the filter which is making 1 lakh. It is greater than or equal to. So these sales, these chairs, table, laptop, storage, phone, and machine, these are making greater sales. So this is how you can use a conditional value. And this is formula based. If you want to use a formula, let's say I type, you can write over here, subcategory is equal to storage. And I click on apply. I'll see only storage. It's the same. Here you're writing it manually. Here you have all the options. So if I can do it easily over here, I don't know why anybody will use a formula. Until a formula you will use until unless you don't. If you apply some logic, then you can use this option. Now, very important one is this top condition. Now this in this entire filter option, this select from the list is the one that is used frequently, that you will apply, that you will use very often. The second option is that top list. Now, let's take an example over here. Remove this, and now let's say I'll add this product ID. Product ID, I'll drop it over here. Now, if I ask you guys, like, what are the top 50 product IDs which are making the highest sale? Can you answer this? Or top 10? Give me the top 10 value. Is it easy to? If I use this like this over here, and now you can say, if I say top 5, but it will take time for you to identify. Let's say I use this filter over here. Okay. Now, how can you say that I want top 5? You just tell me how you will say top 5. You are saying condition, right, over here. Is it like this? You are saying minimum and maximum I'll take. So it will give you minimum and maximum, not top 5. And let's say what user is interested in, you have a list, but user is interested only in top 5 or top 10 value. Now in your requirement, they might add that show me top 10 product IDs which are making the highest sale. See, to do that, I have, if anybody asks me to identify the top 5, I have option. I can use a sort option, and from here I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If somebody says 10, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? Correct? But the problem is it will take a lot of time to count. Now, if somebody is interested in top 100, so do you think you will count from here to 100? No, right? So there should be a way that if you want to see top 10, I'll allow this view to top 10 only. So to do that, there is an option in filter. You will use this product ID in the filter and click on filter. Okay, now you go to this top option. Can you see this top? Over here, you will have by field. Now what you want is top. I want to see top 15. You can type whatever number you want. You update it over here, top 15. And I want to see the top 15 sales by sum. Now first understand how to read this. If you understand how to read this, your work will become very easy. So first thing is we need to know, you first understand what you want. You want top, bottom, what you want. So I know that I want to see top values. So you select top from here. And you will have bottom option also. So what it is saying, you first identify what you first understand what you want to view. Do you want to see top values or bottom values? In current scenario, I want to see top values. Now go to second option. Now Tableau will ask you, just answer whatever Tableau asks you. That's it. Your work will be done. So first Tableau asked me, what do you want to see, top or bottom? I said, I want to see top. Now Tableau is asking how many values you want to see, 10, 15, 20, 100, what? So I said, show me top 15 only. Now Tableau is asking me on what basis what you want to see. What is the measure that you want to see, like top, but on what condition? So I'm saying Tableau that please show me sales. Show me those which are making sales on the basis of sales. Product ID have already applied over here. So I'm saying show me those product ID which are making the highest sale. And after that, Tableau asks you that what is the aggregation level you want me to calculate, whether you want to see the top 15 average sales or top 15 sum of sales. So I said, show me top 15 sum of sales. There are a lot of options over here. So I'll say sum of sales. Now after that, click on apply and click on OK. Now you can see there are top 15 values updated. Others are filtered out. Now user will not have to count anything manually. You have updated this 15 and the work is done. Now we can also type the head title that let's say top 15 sales, and I can click on OK. Now a user will understand by reading this title that it is showing me top 15 sales. Understood?